What up? This is Rap HITZ. So a lot of y'all know that the Hot 97 radio show was canceled, the one with Ebro and Peter Rosenberg. And so we're going to get into that in a second. But first, I want to talk about how they're saying Charlamagne might be next up. He might be next up out of there at the Breakfast Club. Yeah, word is going around that he might be gone sooner than you think. They're talking about as soon as January 21st. So as soon as the new year starts in 2026, they're saying Charlemagne might just have a couple more weeks at the Breakfast Club before he's out of there. And the reason why is a contract situation where he was first extended for his contract. They gave him an extension back in 2020, and they gave him a 5-year extension. So that 5 years is almost up. And so he signed that extension January of 2020. And like I said, January 21st of 2025, that's all done. So he's no longer going to have that extension, and there's no talks of a renewal. That's the thing. But this is what the word is going around, is that they're not talking about renewing it. I'll tell you why. But before I get into why, I would like to say that it's possible they are renewing it, because that's really nobody's business. This is usually a behind closed doors thing. So a lot of people are talking, and they're saying how, yeah, there's no signs of it, but how would you have signs? Like, who's going to be telling you, saying Tasha K is one of the main ones, I think, that is out there saying it's not going to be renewed. And, like, why would anyone have to announce to you that they are in negotiations for a renewal? Because if Breakfast Club loses Charlamagne, they're done. Like, they probably won't survive another year or two, because the rest of the personalities on that show are not strong enough to carry the show. You know what I'm saying? So they got the other ones like Just Hilarious, and what's that other one? Lauren LaRosa. And then they got DJ Envy. Well, all three of them cannot carry the show, especially DJ Envy. There's no way DJ Envy can take Charlamagne's place. He doesn't have enough personality. He's not outspoken enough. He's definitely a sidekick type of person. Like, he's on there just to be on there, really. It's like he doesn't really contribute a whole lot to the show. There's no way he can carry it. He might try to, but it's not going to be the same, and it's not going to keep the audience there. And the other two, Lauren and Jess, they can't do it for sure. So I don't know what the show's going to become unless they find a very strong replacement for Charlamagne. They're going to have to find somebody that's, that pretty much has clout already. That's the only way they can, survive this. And that's hard to find talent. It's not the easiest thing to find somebody to replace somebody like Charlamagne. So I'm hearing some of the reasons why they might not want to extend his contract. Sounds like he might have pissed somebody off with his political views in the higher ups. So Charlamagne's been pretty outspoken politically, and it sounds like, I don't know if they're pissed off or not, but it sounds like they don't really like the commentary with his political views. It might not necessarily be anything in particular. It might just be more like they just don't want to mix that with the morning show. Maybe that's what it is, because, he seems to be pretty much a Democrat for the most part. He kind of goes against the grain once in a while, and he'll say what he doesn't like about the Democrat Party here and there. But overall, he's definitely a Democrat. I don't see him as being a Republican at all. So, his views, he should be aligned with, his Democrat fellowship in the higher up space. But I guess, to me, I think it's just that they probably just don't want him to be so outspoken on his political views, because he's showing up on Fox News, and he's showing up on CNN, and he's showing up everywhere spouting his political views. And I don't think they like that very much. I think they want him to stay in his place and not have an opinion on that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Plus, he has another show he does with, it's like Brilliant Idiots or something. And, he's free to like talk about his political views on there as well. I just don't think they like that very much. I don't think it mixes with their agenda. Whatever their agenda is, probably more liberal than Charlamagne's been lately. They don't like any criticism, probably, because he's even though he's still a Democrat, he still is pretty critical sometimes, and they might not like that. So But we'll see. I mean, come January 21st, if he's actually gone or not. He might be working on some other stuff behind the scenes. Who knows? Maybe he wants a certain amount of money and they're not offering it because they really don't necessarily want to renew it because of his political views. So that could be too, whatever it is, we'll see if he's going to end up staying on the show or not. If he's not on the show come, let's say, February or like I said, January 21st, we'll know for sure he's gone. You know what I'm saying? We'll know that. And then I don't give Breakfast Club more than a year or two if they don't find a strong replacement to survive that. So to finish this video off, let's talk about Hot 97. And so with Hot 97, you got Ebro, Peter Rosenberg, and them. You see, these are both New York shows, the biggest hip hop radio shows out of New York. And the good thing is that you can still tune into Hot 97. Just because you don't got Ebro and Peter Rosenberg doesn't mean that you can't tune in on your apps or whatever, or online, your internet radio, and tune into New York. Because I know not everybody lives in New York, but also Breakfast Club is syndicated across, going back to Breakfast Club, that's actually syndicated on a lot of radio stations across the world. Across the country. So, you know what I'm saying? It's reached a lot of different states without you having to get onto internet radio. But back to Hot 97, they're not as popular of a radio show. They've been getting, Breakfast Club has been beating them year after year, and they can't catch up to their viewership. So Hot 97, the people in charge are thinking they're probably thinking, we want competition. We want to be able to compete with Breakfast Club and Charlamagne and them and Ebro and Peter and them. They're not it. And you know why? Is because they've been lazy. Look at how they've been working from home ever since COVID. Ever since 2020, when people were working from home at that time, they never went back to the studio when all that's been over. That's been over for years now. And Hot 97, they got comfortable at home. They were like, I'm sure they put in a request you know what? I think we just want to work from home. You know what I'm saying? That's how it looked to me. It just looked to me every time I tuned into them, I saw them in their homes. Each one of them, Peter, Rosenberg, Ebro, and that other lady, I saw them all just tuning in on a live stream. It'd be like on a Zoom call or something. And they'd be doing their entire show from the comfort of their home. That's not a good look. If you want to be number one, you see Breakfast Club, they're actually reporting to work. And they're getting in the studio. They even have television, shows, they're being filmed for TV, and they're running up the numbers on the YouTube. Hot 97 and all them, they are lazy. They're not trying to go into work. They just got very comfortable. They're thinking to me, I'm thinking, it looks like they're just saying, why should we go into work? We're just talking. We're on the radio. We can do this from a Zoom call, and we'll be comfortable at home, while we're doing the show. And they love the idea of not having to commute in the morning. Well, look where that got you. Now, I ain't feel sorry for them because I just, I thought that was pathetic how they wanted to just continue to work from home. Get up and go to work like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Why y'all thinking that just because, everybody went through that back in 2020, that you want to make that a permanent thing to work from home? I just thought that was ridiculous. Plus, they're pretty much the same thing. I was saying with their political views, they have some very strong left political views. They are radical left politically. They're not open to anything but, the left. So, when you're hearing their political commentary, I don't know. I don't know if that's the climate these days, because not everybody is super left like that anymore. Especially after, I'm not even going to get into all that stuff, but it's basically like The View. You know what I'm saying? Hot 97 is like The View, and I believe, to me, Breakfast Club is kind of like The View as well. And that type of left radicalism is just, I don't know if that's everybody's cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Super left. And to me, I'm not going to get into my personal thoughts on that too much, but I just know that it's a little much sometimes to keep hearing them spout all that stuff. Plus, New York is known for being super left. Look who they just elected for their mayor. You know what I'm saying? They are the farthest left, one of the farthest left cities besides liberal California. And so, the people from that region in New York, of course, they grew up, they grew up and they just have these views that you can't, it's very stubborn, their views on political. It's like they're not moderate. They're not in the middle. They're not, it's like they're extreme left. That's how they're coming off to me, at least. And I think anyone from New York is kind of the same. Like, New York is just, that's where people are known for being super, super left. And so, I don't know why maybe that's just not resonating with a national mainstream audience. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, they're blaming Trump. I'm hearing Hot 97 is thinking this is Trump's fault or something, like they're being censored or something. But I don't know. I mean, to me, it's just it's a multitude of things. It's like, at this point, you have so many podcasts that people don't necessarily need to tune into your radio show. Plus, people are listening to Spotify. I'm hearing, like, a lot of people are listening to Spotify. So I think people, if they want to hear music, they'll turn on their app. And then if they want to hear talking and people's views, they have their favorite podcaster that they tune into, where you know what I'm saying, you have so much competition now to where people don't necessarily need to tune into the radio. And that's been the thing for a while, where people have been leaving listening to traditional radio for a long time. Podcast has been taking that down for a long time now. So it's harder and harder for the radio programs to stay afloat. People aren't listening to radio nearly as much. People aren't even really listening to music as much. There's just so many options now. People are tuning into these podcasts and these live streams, and there's just so much opportunities to listen to different apps, you know what I'm saying, for your music and all that, where this makes sense, where, okay, the radio, these radio shows are going to have to find, you know what I'm saying, a new way to stay afloat. And so with Hot 97, I don't know who they're going to replace that show with. It pretty much came out of nowhere. It sounds like they just showed up to work in the morning and found out they were fired. It wasn't like a heads up or nothing. It sounds like they were just pretty abrupt and out of nowhere. And I find that suspicious. So as I look more into these stories, I'm going to update y'all if I find anything interesting, any more interesting updates on, reasons why these shows have been canceled. But I pretty much covered a bunch in this video. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section, what you think about all this. Let's get over 100 likes on this video. Make sure you follow Rap HITZ on social media and all that. Hey, look, I got some links in the comment section if you want to check out Rap HITZ secret videos that aren't available to the public. You know what I'm saying? By becoming a member for as little as $1, you gain access to all those videos. Also, let's see. Join my email newsletters and all that. Make sure you subscribe and all that. All the links are in the comment section and description box. I'm out.